everybody, it's Jill with Angel Creations. Welcome back to my craft room. It's a busy craft room. If you could see beyond this space, oh my goodness gracious. But anyway, we're gonna have some more busyness going on because we're gonna do our first Christmas craft. And I wasn't sure if I was going to start my Christmas or do one more Halloween, but I'm going with Christmas. And it's going to be this beautiful napkin. It's going to be a napkin craft. We are using a piece of beadboard that I got from my neighbor, but any surface like this, look how thin it is, right? Any surface just like that from the Dollar Tree will work. I'm using some shims from Lowe's. I love working with these in my craft room. And what I did was I measured them, and then actually this one looks like, and then I cut them with my miter shears. Okay, very simple. You could score them over and over and over again and snap them even. And so I have 4 because they slant, right? They're shims. I'm gonna put them opposite and make one little board. I love to do that with them. And the first thing we need to do is paint them and glue them together so we can get on with our craft. They can be drying. So I am going to glue them together first because I feel like, oh, that was weird. Let me get that off of there. Drip of something that was stuck to my glue. I feel like why bother painting it, right? If I am gonna be gluing the middle. So let's just glue them together. And this is gonna be a little rustic tray. Oh, and one more thing, you're gonna need something to make handles with. And I have handles that I bought when I went to Southern Hospitality, that really cool store. So we're gonna be using those on my craft today. So let's see. Let me see. I guess I don't know which side I'll use on my tray, so I want to have it facing the best one because these are shims. They're rough wood, you know, they're from Lowe's and they have marks and all the things, but that's okay. So now we have 2 thick pieces of wood, and now we have to paint them. And I'm gonna tell you, I love this black Craft Smart paint. No, not Craft Wise. It's Craft Wise paint, and I am loving it. Gloria turned me onto it, the one that went to Southern Hospitality with me, and I've been using it for every black ever since. I haven't even bought any more Waverly ink. I like this better. Alright, so we'll do the sides after. We'll just get this part done. So I hope, whoops, look at that side now because we dripped a big glob there. I hope you had a great weekend, or actually are having a great weekend. I had my grandson sleepover last night for a sleepover. It's so cool that he is not in Tennessee anymore and we can have sleepovers because we used to see each other every single day of his life when he was young. And yeah, so I missed him. I missed him bunches and bunches, man. All right, now I am going to finish painting off camera and then I'll be right back. Okay, so these are getting dry, but they're pretty dry. I didn't do the back side, but we're just gonna move this aside. We'll just take this silicone mat and move that right over. Separate those to dry because now we're going to work on our beadboard or whatever surface you choose. I am going to just scuff this up just a little bit because, oh, I hate that sound. It has a veneer on it, and I need my Mod Podge to stick to it. I hate it, hate it, hate it. Alright. That should be good enough. Hopefully, because I can't stand it. I have a wet baby wipe here that has black paint, and I probably should not have done that because I could have just... It's been one of those days. You ever have one of those days where, you know, everything you touch, and even though you got up early, but you're just not getting anything accomplished, and oh, it's been one of those days. It has been a day. It actually has been quite a week. I won't get into all the sordid details, but okay. So I don't know where I got this napkin. I trade napkins with people. It is gorgeous. I love the black and white buffalo check in it. And if you get a good napkin, like I suspect this one is, normally you'll have 3 layers. You want to take all of the white layers. It's better to do one at a time. You want to take those layers off. We only want to deal with one, because if you leave this other white layer on, which sometimes it's really hard to tell, if you leave that white layer on, you're going to get a lot more wrinkling. So I'll just leave that over there. Okay, so now I'm going to cut my piece off here. I'm only going to be using the bottom half. We're going to go around it with water and rip it. But I don't need it both, you know, double. So let me just cut it in half. And then I can save this half, but that's going to blow away because I have an air conditioner I'm fighting and a ceiling fan overhead here. Okay, but what I want to do is I want to take a wet paintbrush, any paintbrush, as it takes me an hour to find one, right? Any little kid's paintbrush, even any little brush. As a matter of fact, I just bought some of those ones from the Dollar Tree that you fill with water, and it's a little watering paintbrush, and I already can't find. I've lost 2 sets, I'm telling you. I don't know. It's a very busy craft room in here, though. This is getting into my busy time of year, so I am tumbling tumblers. So what you're going to do, and this is where I wish I had an overhead camera, you're going to just wet where you don't want and rip that away. So I'm ripping away my pine cones right there. But don't worry, because, well, you could keep your pine cones. I just want mine around, sorry, I'm trying to concentrate, and I just want my trees. But you can keep your pine cones. Okay, or whatever your napkin. This is what I'm doing. I know that I'm sitting here feeling like I'm talking to you and you have the exact same napkin. And I wish you do, because this is a really, really, really cool. I don't know where it came from, though. My sister, it could have come from anywhere. But that's what you're going to do. You're just going to wet your napkin almost like you're painting with water. Just soak it through. It's one little tiny, tiny layer. Go ahead and soak that and get, oh, I'm getting all my pine cones off because I just thought it looked funny. So I'm trimming those away. But you're gonna do your design. Need a little more water over here. And by ripping this away, it gives it a feathered, the paper's edge is now feathered, if that makes any sense. So it's almost going to disappear in the background of the project. Okay, so there is my trees. All the rest, that's everything I want, is on here. Now I'm going to take my surface back and we're going to Mod Podge this on. I'm telling you, working against ceiling fans and air conditioners, boy, oh boy, it's been, the devil's challenging me. That's all it is. It's one of those days where, you know, do you ever go like I don't know, do you ever, like, one of those days, like you get dressed and you forget to put your bra on, or you start out your day putting your underwear on backwards? It's like that, one of those days. All right, now I want this all, I'm using matte, and I want it all over my board, so I'm not going to be neat and fussy about it. I just am going to spread it on all over. I'm going to stay away from my edges too much because, and I'm going to grab a good makeup brush here. I'm staying, oh, there is a glob. We got to get that off of there. Ooh, what do we spill it over here? Messy, messy. We just want the middle because we're going to be gluing our wood on the sides that we painted black. Oh, another one. Maybe that was the same one, I don't know. All right, so we really don't need a terrible amount. We really just want our napkin to stick down our layer, right? So I'm going to basically just try to eyeball this in the middle down here. I'm going to start on my bottom edge. And I'm just going to pat it. Try to do it so that there's hardly any wrinkles. Pick it up if you have to. Lay it back down. And just smooth it out. Less is more on this Mod Podge here. If you have a little wrinkle, just move your paper. Okay, so less is definitely more when it comes to napkin and Mod Podge. So you can tell this is not even close. I hope you can tell that it's not even close to being adhered yet. But we're gonna let this whole layer dry. And then I'm gonna come back and sand it. And you're gonna be like, oh, she's wrecking it. But we will come back, and this is gonna get Mod Podge all over it. Remember, that's why I said it doesn't matter if you be messy or if you don't only put it underneath your if you know, you could be messy with your Mod Podge because it wasn't going to matter. All right, I am going to add some heat to help the time, and I am going to do that off camera, and I'll be right back, I think. Okay, dokie, so this is what we are left with. I love this. I love that we have the ticking material behind it. I love that we have like the cream on white. I love that. I love it. The more rustic, the better, in my opinion. But you know, we all have different tastes. So now, because I like it rustic, I'm going to sand it just a little bit. I want to just distress it. I'm going very light at first. I'm actually trying to pick up the pieces of paper that might have a wrinkle on it so that we can almost rip it, if you would. Rip it away. And it just makes it look so that it's not like brand new, unless you like it to look brand new. I like it this way. And I'm really just doing a very light, piece. And see, here's a piece I ripped, so I'm going to pull that off. I like that, don't forget. So, you do you. Alright, now, I think that's probably good. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to just give this a quick dry with the, it's dry, but I want to get that dust away. That's what I'm doing here. Alright, now I am going to put on our sides here. See how it doesn't fit, right? So that's what our sides are, plus that's for our tray and our handles. But before I do that, I want to whitewash them just a little bit with Antique Waverly white chalk paint. So let's just get a little bit of this. Maybe we can even use what's in the cap. Let me get a paper towel. I love these paper towels I bought. They have little squares. It's perfect instead of folding it over. Alright, so I'm going to give this quite a heavy little whitewash. And I'm going to go with my grain of wood. And I'm just going to bear down and distress it. But we're backwards distressing it. Instead of making it dirty, we're whitewashing it. Okay. So that's good. So there's one. I'll give you a look here, because I always feel like you can't see what I'm doing. So I have somebody that is willing to help me with that, but I guess we really need to get in touch with each other. I've got so much going on. Maybe it's going to be a first of the year kind of thing. But anyway, I would like to be able to have it so that you guys could see what I'm doing down here on the craft table. I know that's hard, and I'm sorry about that. Okay, so there's my whitewashing. Now, that's going to just get glued. Let's cover up the paint. We don't need any catastrophes. Let's put that away too. Now we're gonna just glue those, hot glue those right onto the tray. Our Christmas tray. It's so cute. Already it's so cute. Alright, so we're just gonna line that up on our edges and our top and bottom and commit. It's a hard thing. Committing is the hard part for me. Alright, we'll just leave that be and we'll go on to the next one. Do you guys ever have that? Am I the only one that has a hard time with committing to place something, or sometimes even to buy something for myself? I will put it in my cart and then I will take it out of my cart, and then I will put it back in my cart. Sometimes, oh my goodness, one time I did that with a decision, a big ticket item in the store, and to me it was a big ticket item anyway, and it was a big printer, so I knew if I got that printer, I was going to have no funds, right? Like, that was going to take all of my savings. So I was like, I really need it. Should I or shouldn't I? And I kept going back and forth. Should I, shouldn't I? And I was probably at, it was a Staples. I was probably there for 4 hours. Maybe not quite, but it felt like 4 hours. And I think they started following me. Like, I think they started thinking that I was going to steal it. I don't know. Look, these are so cool. Look at these handles. Can you see them? I love those. They even came with the hardware. And you know what I paid? 99 cents each at Southern Hospitality. So that place was so amazing. I just wish I could take all my subscribers and go on a field trip. I mean, that was just the best little place. I wasn't gonna use the screws, but maybe I will. I have a drill I can get real quick. But I'm gonna hot glue them on in place first. That's what I'm gonna do. And that'll just help them stay where they need to be until I screw them on. Now it's getting this one relatively even with the other one. I might stand. Let me stand for that. Alright. I think that's good. And I can grab my drill while I'm standing here. I didn't grab my drill bit, so I do have quite a long arm in here, but I will see what we can do, and if it gets to be too loud or crazy, I will do it off camera. If I can get the screws out of the package, that is. Yeah, I wish we could just go on a field trip. Wouldn't that be cool? Make sure that's going the wrong direction. That we could just get on a bus and all go there. It was so much fun. So one of my subscribers said, oh, it reminds me of a Hobby Lobby. Yeah, this is gonna work, but that is not the best to have in here. My bit is a little overkill. But we're gonna just go with it. And that's just gonna make it all the more secure, this little tray. But anyways, one of my subscribers said it looks a lot like Hobby Lobby, but it probably did look a little like Hobby Lobby, but what it is a huge warehouse. A huge warehouse. And underneath that warehouse roof is amazing. Like if you saw my Follow Me Friday to Southern Hospitality, otherwise you probably don't even know what I'm talking about, you'll see that it was loaded with anything and everything that you can imagine, pretty much. And it changes with the season, but it also stays the same. In other words, they always have furniture on one side, and I'm just trying to make sure I'm down into my beadboard a little bit. It always changes with the season so that you get all the good stuff, right? But they always have all the other good stuff that is not for the season. Like, you're always going to find ribbon, loads and loads and loads of ribbon, and all the things that we craft with, you will find there, and I just love to go there. So you're going to start seeing some things that I am crafting with that are not Dollar Tree, because I went there and found all kinds of fun things. So what do we think? There is our tray. I love that tray. And you know what? I could have even done, I wanted to incorporate the black with the black and white on the bottom of the napkins. But now I kind of feel, well, it's not in person. On TV, they're kind of disappearing, but in person, it's really, really, really cute. Maybe it's the glare. I like it. Love it. What do we think? Right? Let me know what you think about it. So this will be our first Christmas project, and it will have our little tray. You'll be in our photos in the background maybe, and I don't know, but I think it is adorable. I love it. Let me know what you guys think of it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You have to be a subscriber, because we're going to do a giveaway when we get up to 650 subscribers. and I don't know how close we are. We're over 600. I haven't looked in, I don't know, a week maybe, since Tuesday or Monday, I don't know, but when we get up to 650, I'm going to do a giveaway. It's all Dollar Tree surprises, so that will be fun. But you have to be a subscriber, so like and subscribe. I'll talk to you in the comments. I hope you have a blessed Sunday, and I will see you Monday. And until then, I hope you be good and do good. Bye now.